Hi everybody, welcome to this episode of the Lavaca County News Review podcast. Now, join your hosts, Murray and Michelle, as they bring you the news from all the newspapers in Lavaca County, Texas. Okay, Murray and Michelle, take it away.
Hello everybody, this is Murray back with you for the August 2nd and 3rd editions of the Lavaca County News Review. And I've got my co-host here, Michelle. How you doing, Michelle?
I'm great. I'm happy to be back.
Well, I'm glad you came back. I thought for a minute there that you were picking Chuck Groff over me, but I don't know. I may have to just give him to you. So.
No, it's okay.
All right, friends, we're not going to waste no time. It's been mighty hot. We're going to start off with the Hallettsville Tribune-Herald. And Bobby Hariska, our managing editor, has got a story about light bulbs on the front page, and Jimmy's got a story about school going to begin and for you to watch those safe zones. And we also have tax-free weekend coming up. Michelle, did you get a chance to look at that?
I did look at it a little bit. I think Bobby starts with a good tagline of how many presidents does it take to change a light bulb. You're going to have to read that story to figure out why he did that. But it is basically how if you like those iridescent light bulbs, you better go buy them because you won't be able to get them much longer. Which I heard that rumor like a couple of years ago, but I guess now it's true. Huh?
Yeah, I think there was something wrong with them that they could cause harm to people. I don't know. But anyway, folks, we got the Schulenburg Festival coming up this weekend. Jimmy Apple wrote this story. Do you go? Have you been? Or?
I have been. Well, my husband, coaches in Schulenburg, so as long as he's been there, which is, he just started his 16th year. So for 16 years, I've been attending. We work the hamburger stand for the Booster Club, and I've worked it on various nights, and it is a full crowd always, no matter how hot it is. And the hamburgers are great, so go get one.
All right. There's little Henry Joe Hank-Yashik. You know anything about his trivia question?
I do. I know that he was testing Jimmy's knowledge of it today. So, oh no, that's the next one he was talking to Jimmy about. This one's about the U.S. states. Yeah, I figured it out. I told him it was too easy, Murray.
He needs to put something in there that nobody can Google. And I don't know that you could find anything that nobody could Google. But Hank's got a pretty long town chatter here. So you just need to stop by and check him out. We're running through this on our electronic editions. We got the annual Praha picnic is August 15th.
And what day does that fall on this year?
I don't
Tuesday,
know.
I think.
That's right. They have it on the day that it falls, don't they?
Yes, sir.
And Bobby's got another story about going west and something about Sweet Home. And it's pretty lengthy, so you'll just need to check it out. And a lot of these articles we haven't had a chance to read, friends. We're seeing them for the first time pretty much. So just bear with us. You're just going to have to go. You're going to have to just go and read them yourself.
I'm good.
Oh, yeah. Sports time.
So
Little
it's
Chucky
all
Groff
started, and everyone's so excited. And I know Chuck spent his Monday going to all of the different practices that began. So he reported to both Sacred Heart and Hallettsville High for their football and volleyball. I don't know that he did cross country. They may actually run too early for him, but he did go, and they had some 70 was the number for Hallettsville High School and 21 for Sacred Heart. So they are going to build. It's not about quality, though, right? I mean, it's about quality, not quantity.
Right.
Numbers don't mean a lot, but I know they were all working hard. The fall sports preview, if you want to get an ad, that is for all things fall that are going on at the school to honor athletes. That's from the band to all the different sports. So you guys call us today to advertise in that.
What is your deadline for the ads for that?
It is next Friday, which I believe is the 10th.
I've got my column in here about the alligators. It didn't get in last week, but it's here now. And this seems like we had another event coming up, and I cannot remember what it was.
I know the St. Joseph picnic in Yoakum is coming up. I'm not sure what day that is. There's a lot of picnics. I never knew till I worked at the paper just how many picnics there are.
Yeah, I've often wondered why we have to have them in the middle of the summer.
Yeah.
But that's not my call. So they had a big one over there in Moulton. First one I've missed in a while.
Oh,
But
man.
we'll get to that when we get to Moulton. I think that's all for the Tribune.
Yes,
Unless you
sir.
got something.
No.
All right, let's move on now to Michelle's hometown. And it's telling us we have no internet. So unless Michelle can find it on her phone.
I do have it on my phone, but can you see it, Murray?
Yeah, you'll just have to do it.
So, I'm flying solo? Okay, well, I got this.
Well, kind of like I was last week.
So, the Shiner PD, this is kind of an updated article on the crime that happened on a couple of weeks ago on the east side of Shiner. So it does tell a little bit more of the information they gathered. Again, read if you wanted an update on that. There's still some investigations going on. And of course, our deepest sympathy to the family who lost the loved ones. Everyone loves a parade, and sure enough, we did love that parade in downtown Moulton. And you can see the Shiner royalty proudly representing Shiner in that parade. There was also an update to the collision that happened. I know that was on the front page last week. So if you want to read more about that. And then again, Jimmy talking about school. And guys, it is really, most schools start either next week or the following. There's a list of days to all those starts, but be very careful in those school zones and even outside the school zone. My daughter used to ride the bus home on the main street of Shiner, and there was many close calls, and that scared me quite a bit. So pay attention when you're driving. You don't want to live with that, and neither does the bus driver or the family. So, and as we moved through the Shiner Gazette, the business of the season, so Shiner Chamber of Commerce does the 4 seasons, and each season honors a business. In this year, or this season, which is the season of very hot summer, we honored Mecker's Processing. So thanks to Mecker's for all the support they give to the town of Shiner. You can keep scrolling and you'll see Bobby's article in the Shiner paper also about Home Sweet Home. And then Mark Luby has some sports updates. He talks about the Shiner baseball players who win all state honors. He has another article about Sydney Green, who has
Do you know that young lady?
I do, and I've seen her play. And I know that she went to East Texas Baptist University to continue playing in her education. She obviously is doing very well. So congrats to her. You guys start looking. There's the schedules for what is going to be going on in sports for the next couple of months. And Mark Luby's going to be a busy man. His vacation is over. And then on the very back page, we want to give a big shout out to Ms. Millie Neagle, who will be turning 100 years old on August the 6th.
Well, good for her.
I think we're celebrating. I know we are celebrating with her as far as the Shiner royalty on Friday, and they're having a big birthday party for her. I hope it's not a surprise and she's not listening to this before, because I just joined it.
Well, I don't know. I hope they don't tell her, but we want to wish her a happy birthday. Boy, that's something, to be 100. And she looks to me like she's in good shape.
She does. Good smile and loving the Easter Bunny on that picture. So, happy birthday, Millie. And we're now on to, what are we doing next? Yoakum?
We're going to the Yoakum Tribune Herald, Herald Times. Too many Heralds in there.
We got some Herald. Chuck's biggest joke. Do you remember it? When he worked in Yoakum, he answered the phone. Yoakum Herald Times, this is Harold. And whoever that person was said, "Hi, Harold." And he thinks that's the funniest joke
It's
ever.
probably been Harold over there ever since.
Probably.
Okay, well, St. Joseph Church Picnic going to be held Sunday. And they got a big, I think about 4-column picture on the front of all the items I guess they're going to auction off. And another story about the school being back in session. And Bobby's story about the light bulb and the Go West story. That Go West story is about Sweet Home and one of its founders. You might want to read that, especially if you live in that area, because there's quite a bit of history. I wrote one on it years ago. So Bobby's updated all that, and you need to check it out. Okay, let's see, Michelle. You got it on the phone?
Yeah, moving right along. We have Business of the Month in Yoakum, and that's Harley's House of Liquor, so congrats to them. There's also some information on not only the school year, but purchasing of football tickets, because that first game's going to be here before you know it.
They're going to have a Meet the Bulldogs on August 9th, I believe. I'm behind you. But
Okay.
Anyway, and they said they got a new dispatcher. Go ahead, Michelle.
There we go. And then Murray's story on Vaquero, the first Texas cowboy, which is a good read. I haven't read it, but I know how Murray writes, so I believe it's a good read, and I plan on reading it.
Well, I hope so, because I worked pretty hard on this.
So give it a read and let us know if you like it, and I will let Murray know for sure what I think of it in a few weeks, because it may take me a few weeks before I get to read it. But it's in my email too, guys. So.
Well, you just got so many activities, you can't hardly keep up with all of them.
Yeah, it's a struggle. Let's see. So then we're going to keep going. Always remember that our solid ground comes from our own Buddy. I haven't met Mr. Buddy, but everyone says I need to. And so it's on my goals to do.
Some say Buddy Price, and some say Buddy Prowse. I think it's Buddy Price. Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, that is exactly what we're talking about. So, we have the same last name. How cool is that? It's just spelled different. There is a story continued. It was by Clayton. He did it last week. It was on the Houdsville front page. This week, you can find it on page 7 in the Yoakum paper about the artist that her paintings are at the Nave. Is that how you say it? Museum in Victoria, so that's a great article and story to read about.
I think that's all for the Tribune. I mean, for the
Herald.
For the Herald, you got me.
We're just going to call it the Herald.
You got me thinking Tribune after you talked about little Chucky Groff.
Sorry.
Let's move on over to Moulton.
All right.
Bobby has a story here about summer nights in a small town, and I believe that was during the Jamboree.
Yeah, it's kind of a follow-up story to George, is it Kolishek? I think is how you say that.
Kolishek's the way I pronounce it, but I always have to go Hank, because Hank knows all those names. But
Tomato. But Mr. George, he has done a lot for that community, and so this is all about him and celebrating it. It says George's Park, and you can see that he drew a great crowd to celebrate on Jamboree weekend.
Yeah. Jimmy Apple wrote a story, too, about the Schulenburg Festival that's coming up. And like I said, I believe that's this weekend, This coming weekend. And there's a story about these teenagers that are behind bars, and I haven't read that one either, but they were from Fayette County, and they got caught in Caldwell County. And I'll just have to read that later, and we'll see. The story about the wreck that you had in Shiner.
And then we have the Jamboree cook-off winners on the front page, or at least the grand champions.
Yeah, I put a notice in here that to stay tuned, because we've got a lot more Jamboree photos that'll be probably in the next couple of editions. We always also have my story about the Vaquero, and we have a big picture here of the people from the Chamber of Commerce that was heavily involved in the Moulton Jamboree. Did you make it over there or no?
I did, for the parade.
Well, I tell you what, it's hot.
Their parade was great, though. They were giving out beer. Now, that's a parade.
All right. Well, anyway.
I'm not saying I drank it. Thank you to Paul Bloss Tavern for that.
And Father Gabriel celebrates his 45th anniversary of ordination. And the Catholic daughters gave him some kind of a little party, I think. And we have a baby girl on here. And I don't know, I can't pronounce that last name. I mean, that first name.
I think it's Elodie.
Elodie. Anyway, she's mighty pretty, whatever.
Yes, congrats to them.
Yes, and Michelle put together an ad for us promoting the Moulton Eagle. That's at the bottom of the page, page 5.
And that was also a picture that I took at the parade. So they had quite a few trail riders, and that was downtown Moulton. The historic old downtowns always get me. I love them.
Well, she put that together for me. I asked her to, so I appreciate it, Michelle. did a good job.
Anything for you, Murray.
Oh, yeah. I doubt Hank would want to do much for me today, but anyway.
Murray and Hank were fighting yesterday. It happens.
Well, that's nothing unusual for the last 20 years. Okay.
All right.
We have a picture on the back. It's a little dark. It's Shiner's second win. Okay, they were at George's Park.
Yes, they were.
George's sign. And we've got a big picture here, too, of the Gonzales Healthcare. It's a big ad. They run quite often, and we certainly appreciate that. Have you got anything else, Michelle?
Nope.
Nope.
I think that's it.
Well, let's talk. Let's talk about air conditioners.
Oh my goodness. So mine's out at my house, so I'm enjoying right now sitting here in this wonderful cool. You have no idea how hot it gets and how fast.
You got that right. I'll tell you what, we've had the same problem, but we use window units. I think Michelle said she had central air, but it doesn't make any difference. My window units used to keep that house nice, and now 2 of them have gone out. So there you go.
They're working hard, and I understand that, but I needed to continue working hard. So hopefully it'll be fixed tomorrow, and I will be back to living the dream of cool air blowing on me. I'm the one that always turns down the air here. Don't tell my bosses, but I like it cool. So it was mighty toasty last night, but I survived. I
was thinking about coming out here and living for a couple of days because we've got nice central air out here at the paper, and but I think they'd probably frown on that, and might have some wall parties or something.
Yeah, a rager. That's what it's called, Murray.
Did you? Well, I know you didn't get a chance to hear last week's podcast.
I didn't yet, and I really need to listen.
Where I was doing it alone, all alone.
I'm very sorry, Murray.
But
my heart breaks about it.
You really missed something.
I did.
I'll put an added touch.
Okay, well, I'm going to check it out. If y'all haven't listened, like I haven't had a chance to, you make sure you listen to both this week. I'm going to share them both to my own Facebook page. So if you're my friend, you can catch up with that. And if you're not my friend, you should be. Everyone should be my friend, right?
Well, I'll tell you what it was.
Okay.
I blew the horn at Yashik.
No.
On the podcast. So, anyway.
So now y'all all know what the horn sounds like. Let me tell you, I heard it so much yesterday. So much.
Well, it gets blown when somebody tells a fib. I'm not going to tell who that is, but it happens quite often. And I know everybody hears it because it sounds like a big air horn on a truck. But anyway, when you get frustrated, you just have to blow your horn, right?
It happens. We all should do it. It's better than the alternative things you can do. And Murray, even though you can't see him, he is ready for football and Thanksgiving. He has turkey touchdowns on for his shirt. So I'm ready for Thanksgiving weather for sure because it is hot. But I know it'll come. Time goes too fast. But Murray, he's ready.
Yeah, well, I wore the Thanksgiving shirt just for Michelle because she keeps up with everything that I wear. I think she knows my wardrobe better than I do. So I thought maybe I could throw her a loop, but she jumped right on it.
Yeah, no. Nothing passed me, Murray.
All right. Well, I guess we've jogged long enough. We're 20 minutes in, and so, folks, I'm going to let Michelle tell you goodbye, and I'll come along behind.
All right. Well, you guys check out all the things that are going on. Head out to Schulenburg. Like I said, get a burger. Support the Booster Club out there. Come see me. I'll be working a little bit, maybe. You guys that are going back to school next week, Ezel, St. Joe, Moulton, Houtsville, Sacred Heart, and Shiner Catholic School, I think we're all going back to school next week. And so good luck to all of you on the start of a new year. And then we'll have some other schools starting the following week. Beyond that, thanks for reading, thanks for listening, and I'll be ready to hear from you all next week.
Okay, Michelle, I got one question.
Oh, goodness.
Do you know where there's any good snow cones? Do y'all have any in Shiner?
We do have a snow cone place. I have never had it, but it is by the fire station across the street by Ridgeline, and it's good. In Sheridan, R&R is very good. And then Sweet Bees, they're not snow cones, but they have really good milkshakes. They have a Barbie and Ken. Did you see the Barbie movie, Murray? I saw the Barbie movie.
That's not my type of movie. I watched one for the second time yesterday called The Mule with Clint Eastwood, and I really liked it. But
I'll stick to Barbie.
well, in this day and time, we probably need to watch the happier movies if it was happy. I don't know.
It was pretty happy. It was all about women empowerment.
Okay, folks, on that note, I guess I'll tell you goodbye. I really appreciate you listening. I hope you'll share it, and we'll see you next week on Down the Road. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.